And we're back.
And we're back.
Sorry about that.
All good.
I'm not sure where we are, but yeah, we did the cable cars up Whiteface.
Yeah.
Freaking looks like a superb mountain.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go as far as Tupper, you might as well do Whiteface at the same time.
Yeah. And this is a great time to go. Maybe not today because it's too hot.
It is a little.
Yeah. But get out and explore. Yeah, it's great to see a lot of these ski mountains reinvent themselves
Totally.
during the summer months. Between mountain biking, hiking,
Yeah, right.
tubing.
You did mountain biking up at Wyndham, right?
Wyndham and Wyndham mountain biking and Vernon Valley, in New Jersey. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that as it gets a little cooler.
Yeah.
But the mountain biking there is you can rent mountain bikes,
Right.
take them up the lift, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's too extreme.
Oh, the one on Whiteface was insane,
Yeah,
mate.
but there's easy trails,
Bunny
there's
hills.
intermediate trails, there are expert trails. So
Oh.
you can really, you see a lot of kids.
See you on the Bunny Hill.
Yeah, all right. We'll put training wheels on for you.
Thank you. And a training leg.
Yeah, there you go. Cool, man. All right.
Cool. What are you doing?
Well, I actually, I finally, and you don't have to, you can judge me or not judge me, but I think in the lieu of Anthony Bourdain's, passing, I finally read his book.
Oh, wow.
Sorry,
first
there's
one?
multiple books,
Okay.
but I finally read Kitchen Confidential.
Okay.
And that was the first one.
Yeah, that was written in 2000, and it's a phenomenal book, and I was hooked. It's a hold on, I'm trying to bring.
What's he do? He just talks about his experiences in the field and then.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm just trying to. I've lost my Facebook. Let me see. See if I can find my Facebook. Weird. Okay, I lost my Facebook a little bit. So basically, it's his life. It's a Kitchen Confidential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to explain the book. You
Yeah.
really just need to read. It's basically his experience growing up, his first experiences with food, which was actually on the Queen Mary, where he actually was, I didn't realize food was something that you just go and you fill your face and that's it and you move on.
Right.
He was actually on the Queen Mary with his parents, and he had Vichyssoise.
Who?
Yeah, what?
Vichyssoise.
What's that?
Vichyssoise is
fishy.
Yeah. It's actually not. It's a potato and leek soup.
Oh, really?
And,
why not call it potato and leek soup?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right.
Then I know what I'm getting.
Well, it is. It's French. So,
On
There you go.
an English boat.
Right.
right.
Why do that?
Who's drinking mezcal now?
But if you look at, just cuisine.
I'm joking. Yeah,
cuisine in general, right? Wow, I lost. That's so weird. I lost my complete Facebook. I can't even bring
Just
it up.
got to log in, or?
No. It comes up as a weird. I'll see if I can bring it up.
I'll keep you posted.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're
But he basically, it's a cynical kind of sex, drugs, rock and roll approach to, the restaurant industry. It's a little cynical. It's an amazing read.
I'm sure it's quite accurate.
I don't know.
Is there elaboration? Because it seemed like people took it as just short of the gospel. As far as
No, and
restaurant.
I've spoken to a bunch of chefs, and Anthony Bourdain's, how he grew up and his experience within, that's all he knows within the kitchen, was a tough life. I mean, you read this book, it is rough.
Right.
I mean, almost every restaurant he went into closed, failed. It was just amazing. And you know what? He picks up, he moves on, he does his thing.
Wow.
And it was no reflection of how
future.
good
Right.
his cuisine, even though he's really classically French trained.
Right.
And but the book is absolutely amazing. And I'll post it up, but there's some amazing quotes, and there's a couple of like little segments and chapters where he kind of steps out of that and he says, you know, this is what you need in a kitchen. And he's very, very straightforward, very frank about it. And one of the quotes, and I'll just read it, was about, you know, every kitchen should have a saute pan.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Makes sense.
But his way of explaining what a saute pan should be is the following: a proper saute pan, for instance, should cause, this is quote, a proper saute pan, for instance, should cause serious head injury if brought down hard against someone's skull. If you have any doubts about which will dent the victim's head, or your pan, then throw the pan right into the trash.
I love it.
Get yourself a good one.
So, I mean, the book is just filled with that, and it's awesome. There's times of the book where you feel like you're standing right next to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's an unfortunate part where he talks about a restaurant owner, a friend of his, how he fired his sous chef, and the chef went home and unfortunately committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
So it brought
It's a tough, stressful job.
It is.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
A lot of pressure at that level.
I've worked in a few restaurants over the years, and it's not always a happy place to be, mate. The stress is behind it.
No, and you know what? I think, you know, it's what you make of it, and
Your team.
yeah. You know, but the sex and the drugs and the alcohol is
nonstop.
It's
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah, it really is.
It's nonstop, and
I missed the sex bit when I was cooking.
You were cooking, that's why.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's
I should have
Probably-
gone and got groceries from the larder.
Everyone was upstairs.
probably shouldn't do
That's
that.
why I was cooking. They were busy doing it.
Exactly. My favorite fact about Anthony is that he was still washing dishes at 44.
Right.
He's done it all.
Yeah.
He'll do it all.
Right.
Right.
And-
What I'm saying is he thought it was the end of the line for him. Like he had been doing it up until that point, and he was 44, and I think he was still living with his mom or living with his mom at that point, and he thought his life was over. And that's when the show came about.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just you got to run your own race.
Yep.
You can't be looking to the side, seeing
Yeah.
whatever, comparing what
Nah,
other
not
people
at
are
all.
doing.
Because your competition out there is
It's heavy.
out of control.
And if you look, you'll get swallowed up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just have to run
do your
race.
thing,
Yep.
keep it simple,
Yep.
and do it well.
I agree. I
you go.
agree. And try not to destroy yourself via
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's all about balance, right? One of the cool things, like amazing things about that was chapter 12. It's the last chapter. He talks about going to Japan. He was working for a restaurant group. They sent him to send Anthony Bourdain to Japan for it seems like a few months to basically be a consultant at one of the restaurant groups, a very high-end French restaurant. And he talks about being in Japan, and he realized at that point he fell in love with traveling and food. He wanted to just basically cash it in, disappear, and just travel and eat, you know. And
that's what he did.
Kind of what he did. And he went
he
out.
brought a camera crew.
Yeah, he went out one night. He went out one night, and he went out to a Japanese restaurant. It's worth reading the book just for this 5-minute description of what it was like to eat at this sushi restaurant.
Right.
I mean, your mouth is watering
Let's go.
at what is brought out, the amount of fish, the different types of fish, the chefs that are trying to spook him because he's an American, and it just kept going and going. And it's like a dream. If you like sushi, sashimi,
Yeah,
Japanese
love it.
cuisine,
Are you a sushi guy? Rich?
No, I was for like 6 months every other day.
Yeah.
and then went done.
Right.
I dropped the mic on that.
Gotcha.
was it one bad experience?
No, I just
No.
OD'd on it.
Well, once every other day. I mean,
Yeah,
that'll do it.
That'll do it.
You OD'd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been a big fan of fish, but just kept trying it.
Yeah.
And nah,
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't been back since.
You hit your wall.
I did.
No fish and chips.
No fish and chips.
All right.
Well, occasionally I can do fish and chips.
Okay.
It's got to be
We gotta
smothered.
take you to City Island.
It's got to be
Been
smothered.
out to City Island?
Yeah, how's the fish there then?
It's all right.
You're very.
I'm a
it's funny.
picky
You're
bastard.
such a great cook, But you're such a picky.
I'm so limited.
You're a picky little bitch.
I am.
You're a prima donna.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
like, I don't wanna-
Meanwhile, you come off as a hard ass. Like you could eat glass.
No, he'll cook.
I'll eat glass.
Right. Just
No,
not
you-
fish.
Just not red meat.
Right.
You'll try, and you'll try anything.
I'll try everything.
You'll try anything. But yeah, no, you.
I
when
could
it
eat
comes down
chicken
to-
every night. I could. And I kind of do.
Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So that was kind of it. I had a great experience at a restaurant last night. Interestingly enough, at a Japanese restaurant. And if you've got a great restaurant, this has happened several times to us. If you've got a great restaurant that you have a relationship with, ask them what they have available.
That's not on the menu.
That's not on the menu.
Yeah.
Right.
And, one of the best steaks
Great tip.
I have had in a long time. This was up in Boston a couple of weeks ago. My wife and I were sitting next to a couple ordered a steak. The chef owner had brought in 6 bone-in ribeyes just for the night. Didn't tell anyone. There was one left. We chatted with the couple. The chef owner was there, and he said, "Oh, I got one more. You want to try?" It was one of the best steaks. So have conversations. Talk to the... if you've got that relationship. I went in last night. My wife and I had what's called hamachi or hamachi collar. So it's yellowtail fish collar.
Okay.
It's on. We posted it on Facebook.
Right.
It is one of the best thrown away pieces of fish that you can get.
Right.
Go and a lot of times it's on menus.
Right.
But a lot of times it's not. But they're going through yellowtail.
So they've got
ask.
the fin.
So
Right.
ask.
Yeah.
So ask.
Right.
And then he said, "Oh, we got pound and 3/4 lobsters in."
Asking you shall receive.
Yeah. We proceed. So we had this beautiful meal. So ask.
Right.
Go out. If you've got a relationship with a restaurant, ask the chef, ask the owner. Ibiza does the same thing.
Even if you don't have the relationship,
Just ask.
That's true. No, that's a great
Yeah,
point,
right.
Rich.
Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
I tried.
surprise me.
Right. I tried that at Subway. It didn't work.
Oh, they surprised you.
Oh yeah. That's not tuna fish.
That's not.
That's a finger.
What do you have new? Yeah.
You might not want to know.
Yeah. No.
We don't have a new and kid list.
No. So, so that's it. So, what happened on Sunday?
Oh God, what did happen on Sunday?
But wait, can I just recap a few things that I've been up to?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
New and goods.
All right. So, one of the first cool things that Juju, my co-host of the Hangover Takeover, because I host my own podcast every Monday, Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Be there or be circle.
And we like you, but we love Juju.
Is
that all right?
That's mandatory.
Okay.
We hosted our first event that we did not put together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I thought that was coming up.
No.
No.
See, it's so funny when you put stuff together. People are like mixing. I had a friend that thought my birthday party was yesterday, and he needed a jump, and he was like, I don't think I'm going to make. Anyway,
This is the thing in Brooklyn.
Right. That's not until Tuesday the 4th. That's
Oh,
next
okay.
Tuesday.
That's what I'm thinking you're saying.
But yes, so shout out to the people over at Spleef NYC. They do underground, kind of secretive cannabis speakeasies.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Where
it.
they bounce around different locations in Manhattan. And this was like, it's not like in your mama's basement. This was
Right.
over by Bryant Park, Midtown. Obviously, I won't give the exact address,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was like,
Yeah, this is really a speakeasy.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
right. It was like right around the corner from Grand Central. Long story short, and they had rented out basically a loft apartment, and there were these really cozy couches everywhere. There was a kitchen in there, and they had all
That's
these
great.
back rooms. Almost had a shotgun apartment kind of feel to it, where it was like long or whatever. They had security and all that stuff. But anyway, so Ju and I hosted the event. It was the first time we've ever hosted an event, so we were the MCs of the night.
That's
That's
awesome.
great. Were you nervous?
Juju was a mess.
Was she really?
She was a fucking mess.
That's
I pick
awesome.
her up in the Bronx.
She's
and
shaking.
She's almost fucking shaking. And I can, at this point, I can read her vibes. I can
Yeah,
read her
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
And I was like, "You good?" She's like, "I'm not good." And I was like, "Let's go over this." And the funny thing is, we had written a script and we were preparing, and she was the one. I was like, "Oh, we got it. We freestyle all the time on the show." I'm like, "Dude, let's just practice over and
Yeah,
over
yeah,
again,
yeah.
leading up to it." She's like, "No, we got it. We got it." I get in the car. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking nervous." I was like, "Dude, we should have been fucking practicing." So we're practicing in the car, and we're playing. We're messing up, which is good because we realize, okay, if we mess up, this is how we can recover from it. So
Right.
every time we'd mess up in the car, it was like, all right, just remember that, put it in the memory banks, and we're good. So anyway, we get down there, and we get there early because I'm
Okay.
the early guy. I want to be professional and early.
Yeah.
Okay.
The show on the flyer said it starts at 8. So I was like, we want to be there by 7, so I pick her up at 6. We got there
Okay.
at 7. We get there, and they say, oh, we don't need you guys till 9:30.
Come on.
Shit, okay.
We're pre-gaming.
Right. Thank you. That's why I love you, Richard.
I know.
So we ended up going around the corner, and we went to Jimmy's Corner, which
Okay.
is the bar that is owned by, actually, I don't know if it's still alive, but anyway, by Muhammad Ali's corner guy.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So it's a small dive bar. It's almost a little bit longer than the studio itself.
Okay.
And there's obviously boxing pictures and
Yeah,
posters
yeah.
every fucking where. So we went in there, had a couple beers, got
Juju relaxed a little bit.
relaxed a little bit.
You got it, man.
And the other cool thing,
There is a little bit of irony that you're going to like a pot speakeasy and you need to
Have beers to chill.
chill out.
That's right. Exactly.
Hand in hand.
Exactly.
All right.
So we had a band. We actually referred this band that was a past guest of ours to this event by the name of Royal Chaos, and they're a young reggae band, but they play like the reggae from like the 70s and the 80s
Yeah.
and the 90s. So they're really good. And so they were there, so they made it another level of comfort or whatever. So we went up there. Long story short, we killed it.
That's
We
awesome.
fucking killed it. The
Of
guys,
course you did.
Of course we did.
course
So
you
the
did.
guys of Spleef, they loved it. We had a great time. And of course they threw us a bunch of curveballs. We're there, and they're like, "All right, we're not doing this. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna change the order. We're gonna, change everything, but do it like this and be perfect. All right, guys, you guys are good. Go." Yeah, and we were good. We were good. And even at one point towards the end of the night, we had to close out, and Jew had a wireless microphone, and me and her were like sitting on the couch, and I was a little.
Yeah.
You're feeling good.
I was having a good time.
Happy.
Yeah, you
And
had a big bowl of Captain Crunch in front of you.
Exactly. She signals. She realizes she's supposed to go up. She grabs the mic. She just starts talking. I didn't even know
Sure,
she was
sure.
going to go up. She was so comfortable at this point.
That's great.
And I felt like I was in an old episode of like MTV Unplugged or something like that.
That's
with the couch.
great.
So it was great. It was a great learning experience. And now we're like, all right, where's our next event?
When's our next? Yeah, you guys need to do that.
Did you have a good turnout?
It was a great turnout.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the other great thing was we weren't responsible for the turnout.
Right.
So that's always
Everyone
a great
else is
time.
That's
Yeah,
always a
avatar-
huge.
yeah.
When you don't have to worry, like when we do our rogues things, you're always worried about like
Do you have
how many
enough?
ticket sales,
Right.
what are you
Do we have
doing,
food?
Didn't have to worry about any of that.
That's
We just had to
awesome.
show up and be cool. So
That's awesome.
So it was great. They had ice cream. They had a marketplace. They had a nice photo booth. They had Jenga. There was one point when like we finished our first intro, and I walked off stage or whatever, and they were doing a Jenga, and they were like, we know you can't do it. And there was like this little piece, and I like just.
I got this.
And you got it.
It took me like 5 minutes. But I was just like, and we got it on camera, so
Game on.
game on. So that
Brilliant.
was great. Her and I are gonna go see Drake tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
At Barclays, which
That's
is gonna be crazy.
awesome.
Did you hear?
Have you practiced your dance?
No.
No.
And,
all
and-
right.
yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
it.
Don't get hit. If we see a big band-aid or a head.
Yeah. No. I'm not
It's running
gonna
by
do
the
that.
car.
And yeah. So I'm getting ready for my big party in Brooklyn. On
Yeah. That's
awesome.
Tuesday.
And your barbecue on Saturday.
On Saturday that you guys are coming to.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Lots of
Well,
good stuff.
that's
So
great.
I'm done.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Some new and goods.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. And so the Spleef thing.
Yes.
Is there a link to that? Do you want me to?
You can go to SpleefNYC_ on Instagram. Sign up for their newsletter,
Okay.
and you can get an update when their next event is.
If you're into that, that's
If that's your thing, it's very cool. And at this point, I mean, it's basically legalized in New York. I mean, it's a very comfortable.
Right.
There's no level of like sketchy skeeviness
Right.
at all in
Right.
these events. You don't feel like, oh my god, you feel like you're at a bar.
You've been to them before?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, we have. One of our friends, Madam Bullet, she's a comedian. She hosted the last one we were at, and we were like, this is awesome. They had like Mario Kart video games on the wall. They, again, live music, vendors. You know, it's just cool.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good
Cool.
stuff.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
It is.
And
We are running along on time.
I know. So,
Sunday,
oh wow.
3 of us were involved in a shaman experience.
Yes.
Shaman.
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 So, the 3 of us.
This is a friend of yours.
Plus
you grew up with.
Tracy.
This is a friend of. This is
Plus
a.
Tracy.
This is a friend of mine from childhood. Her name's.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And there's some really interesting history in that, but she's essentially my sister. Her name's Rocio Larosa, and she is a shaman. So she's an ordained minister. She's actually marrying our neighbors. But she's a Peruvian, basically, medicine woman. And it's funny, having conversations with her, you ask her, like, what are you? She kind of encompasses everything. But she does a lot of healings and a lot of spiritual kind of things. And she asked us if we all wanted to
go along with our significant others, and we did,
and participate in.
I don't know how significant mine was, though.
I'm not sure how significant I was. So there.
Yeah. But you still had an experience.
Yes, I did.
And there's a funny thing about that, which is really interesting. So
we'll move on.
Yeah. So we got asked to participate in a traditional Peruvian cacao ceremony.
Cacao being chocolate.
Yes, but not chocolate in the way that we consume chocolate.
Not Nestle Crunch.
Blessed chocolate.
Yes.
It's not only blessed, but it's unprocessed. So
ceremonial.
It's ceremonial.
Right.
And
no
I
Cadbury's.
I've come well actually
I would have loved that.
I've had some Cadbury moments that were on that spiritual plane.
So have I, man. Next time we hang with Gypsy, I'm bringing some.
Yeah. Usually it was at like a bus stop meeting, or
at 2 o'clock in the morning,
or a
after the
tube
pub.
ride coming out of the pub or something.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But this chocolate is actually this cacao ceremony. Make a long story short, it basically you consume a traditional cacao drink, and then you basically go into a guided meditative state. Gypsy's actually putting up a picture of kind of what is called the altar.
The altar.
And you consume the cacao. You go into a meditative kind of shavasana if you're into yoga, and you lay down.
Janine's on, and she is big into yoga.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
And you have beautiful singing, calling of spirits, calling of. And basically the cacao, which is referred to as herself, like her, does her work on you. And all you come to the ceremony with is a open heart and some kind of intention. Like, heal my fucking leg.
Right.
Or you go along without an open heart. You lay down, put a blindfold on, freak the fuck out and say, I'm leaving.
Get me out of here.
I will see you guys in 2 hours' time.
I'm going to smoke a cigarette.
There you go.
But, so I don't know if you saw it when we were all doing this. Like, one of the things that you get worried about is, and there's some cacao ceremonies that are non-traditional, and there's some, like, sometimes they can put, ecstasy in this stuff. Mm. This is not that. This is literally pure cacao, unprocessed, grown by indigenous people that are saying prayers over the cocoa plant.
It's like holy water, but
exactly. And so it's not a drug, right? But little nervous that it might be.
Right.
No, you know why I wasn't?
Did it cross your mind?
No, for me
didn't me either.
For me personally, because I went to Panama with a group of people and I went to a cacao farm.
Oh, okay.
And these folks were the folks that grow it and procure it and sell it back to Nestle.
Oh, wow.
And we had it, and it was exactly what we tasted on Sunday.
Yeah, right.
So as long as Rocio said there was nothing added to it,
nothing.
I've actually had it before.
Yeah.
So I wasn't nervous. I actually was a little disappointed. I thought I was gonna
have this great strange.
I thought I was gonna hallucinate. I wanted to hallucinate.
Next time,
we got you.
MDMA.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. But it was funny. You get up to leave, but you're the first person to start chowing on the, drinking the cacao.
Yeah. I was fine until I was out on a mat, blindfolded, and then the whole world turned into like a symphony of drums and cooing and a room full of what smelled like burnt rosemary, and she's chanting. I'm not sure if she's an inch above my face or 5 foot on the other side of the room, and I'm going, shit, she's right here. Can't deal with that.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely
It was intense, man. I've never experienced something like that.
Yes.
I'm not sure I would again.
Yep.
It was fun.
it's an intense experience.
Yeah.
It's also an experience that has been done for thousands of years.
Right.
And to be exposed to something like that
Yeah.
is a very rare and beautiful thing.
Especially from someone who is so true to it.
Yes.
Because she did explain how many people are doing it, but they have this new age
Are
kind
doing-
of flair to it, and they're,
Right.
you know, they're throwing, you know, they're not doing it the right
Yeah,
way.
you can go to a pop-up cacao ceremony
exactly,
probably
exactly.
every
By
Friday night
hipsters.
in Brooklyn.
Right.
Right.
And they're playing music like this.
That I could deal with.
And then you have a beer afterwards.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
A cacao beer.
Yeah.
A cacao beer.
Cacao beer.
Oh, that's
I tasted that for 2 days.
The cacao?
It just kept coming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an intense experience.
It was.
And you know, we all had our different
Oh, yeah.
but I-
Revelations.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chrissy loved it.
Chrissy
Yeah. She
yeah.
She seemed nervous in the car. I'll be honest.
on the way there.
On the way there.
Yeah.
But she loved
Or
it.
we just had an argument or something. I don't know.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, we didn't. I think she was nervous in the car. We both were.
Yeah,
Matt
to be
got us hyped up. He's like, "You have more than one beer afterwards. Your aura's
You know-
open.
you know what
and
I think you're
all
down-
The devil's coming in."
I think your downfall was the coffee before.
Do you think?
Yeah,
No,
no.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
saying.
might be
there's,
right.
there's very kind of strict guidelines
Right.
because this is an intensely spiritual
Right.
ceremony. No caffeine.
Right.
You know, make sure you have water. There's no alcohol afterwards. You know, there is regardless, you know, of your beliefs.
Right.
You know, you have to respect those
Yeah.
those things. And
Or don't, and
Suffer the consequences.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, and it's funny because I had that. I thought it was a really amazing experience. I thought the time that lapsed, it was a 2-hour period, but I really felt the first hour it maybe lasted 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
It didn't seem that long.
It did sit
And
on the streets of
it did
Poughkeepsie.
sit on, or Peekskill.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
But you know, I had a very kind of quiet, nice, meditative session. The next night was a different story.
That's right. You did it again,
Yeah.
but you did it with a bunch of ladies who were kind of in that field.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess you don't typically, you're not going to do a cacao ceremony, you know, 2 days in a row. It's intense.
Yeah,
Right.
It's also intense.
She must have been exhausted.
Rocio was exhausted.
Yeah.
She was exhausted, and she puts in an enormous amount of time, effort, spiritual energy
Yeah.
into it. So to do it twice and then do it the second night with a bunch of people that are also healers and
Right.
So she has to take on their energy.
Yeah.
And create a certain amount of energy to
Right.
handle the group.
Right.
Right.
That's a lot.
And
That's
it was absolutely intense. And that night, I felt,
Overwhelmed.
yeah, there was almost a point
Yeah.
during the experience where I got a little scared.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I had to crack my eyes because you
Yeah.
start hearing things,
Yeah,
you start
yeah.
seeing things, you that can be a little bit scary. But then you just say to yourself, you're like, all right, this is
Experience.
it's an experience. It's a very safe place.
Yeah.
And it turned into a beautiful, beautiful experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, would you do it again?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
I told my father about it.
Yeah.
He's game, and
I thought you were going to bring your sister.
No, I don't think she could handle it. She'd be like, "Fuck this shit." She's with Rich. She's
Yeah,
with Rich.
yeah,
She's
he's
with-
outside.
We're hanging.
Yeah,
she's
there
like,
you go.
no.
We're hanging.
And my aunt, who's very much into New Age stuff. She's an astrologer.
Okay.
Maybe you guys want her on as a guest at some point. She
Absolutely.
could do some
Awesome.
cool readings.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she's very much. I didn't tell her about it yet, but once I
Yeah.
tell her, she's gonna be like, yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm spreading the word.
We will. I'll post. I've got Rocio's. I'm actually going to take Rocio's website, and I'm going to post it on our page right now. So if you want to get in touch with her, reach out to her. She does all sorts of different spiritual healing, just
For different purposes,
amazing
right?
stuff. Yeah, and you know what? you don't have to necessarily be into all this.
Right.
In order, I was kind of that way with acupuncture. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm, it's either surgery or I'm going to go and,
Right.
Yeah.
and, so you don't have to necessarily be into it. You just have to be open to it. And my wife is seeing Rocio right now for some digestive issues, and
Nice.
she's had amazing outcomes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I just have visions of her being wrapped up in It Depends.
my wife or Rocio?
Yeah. What? Oh, bro.
She's got digestive issues. They're hanging out right now.
Yeah. No, she's good. She's good. She's good.
She's plugged up.
Yeah. She's plugged up. So yeah. So
weather.
just an overall amazing experience. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And we'll see what happens next.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the second night, Margie was there.
Yeah.
Our friend Margie.
She was in that show that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She found it productive.
hopefully we'll have. You know what? We should have Rocio on the show
Yeah.
and have her do a little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be great.
Definitely.
So
Line 'em
yeah,
up.
amazing. So that was our experience.
It was good to just hang out together.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the dinner afterwards was great.
It was awful.
How was our waiter?
Oh,
My man.
bless him.
My man, bless all of his heart.
Totally.
All of his heart.
He came out
What a
with
great
so
guy.
many freebies and stuff for us just because he knew I was from England and he was married to a Brit.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I
he was
didn't
married
pick
to a
that
Brit.
up.
They're,
Okay.
they're moving out when he retires, like next month or something. And
Gotcha.
He's like, you got to try this English beer. You must miss this. You must miss this. Didn't, but nice of him. And he was a great old guy.
This is if you're ever in Peekskill, it's a
Yeah.
great British. This is
Yeah.
Peekskill, New York. It's right on the Hudson. It's a
/ Indian.
Well, that's a
that's a good
Britain and
point.
Indian are very close.
Gotcha.
We
That
serve,
they are.
we serve a ton of
Yeah.
Indian foods on our menus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
Gotcha.
when I saw the menu and I saw a bunch of curry, I'm like, all right, this guy's proper. This is a proper
Right.
British pub because you're
Until you order a cheese and onion pasty and it tastes like curry.
pause. Got to pause for a
Gotcha.
second. Pause.
Okay.
It's
Time out.
Sunday night
Yeah.
at almost
12 o'clock.
11:30.
Yeah.
To be
or so.
fair. To be fair.
To be fair, in Peekskill, New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were willing to serve up a full British menu.
They were the only
bless
ones.
them.
Yes.
The two cooks
Yeah.
were a
Awesome.
little overwhelmed.
Yep.
Awesome.
Played it well.
I knew that was going to happen, so I ordered simple.
I myself
Did not.
And should have.
And you
But that's
should have.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to compare.
Yeah. It's
thing.
always good to have a glance at the cook or chef. Just
So
have a
while we're
glance.
talking food and getting
Yes.
close to the end,
Yes.
we're going to continue our.
We're not close to the end.
We got like a good 10, 15 minutes.
You got 30 minutes.
We got
No, we
30
started
minutes.
at 5. We're doing 5 till 6.
No, we always do
No,
an hour and
6:30.
15.
Oh,
Yeah, you
We got
come
plenty
on.
of time.
All right,
Yeah.
keep talking.
Yeah.
Chocolate. Oh, I have to ask you this.
I've run
you
out
don't
of
have to
things.
answer it. What was the blue? What was the Blue Jay thing?
The Blue Jay?
Yeah, you asked Lucia.
At work, at the golf course. I always see Blue Jays. There's like a family of Blue Jays at the
Yep.
golf course that I work at. And there's actually a cardinal or a robin. Are those the same birds? Cardinals and robins?
No,
No.
totally different.
Okay, so I think it's a cardinal because it looks like the baseball logo. And a few times I've seen the cardinal and the Blue Jay together, which is
That's cool.
wild.
Yeah.
Before that, I had never seen
yeah.
before. But the Blue Jays I see all the time.
Yeah.
And I see them in very synchronistic moments.
Yep.
I can't be super specific about it just because I can't really recall.
yeah.
But just see them at the right time, at the right place, or
Right.
whatever. And it's just a nice pick me up.
Yeah, and
And-
it's funny because a blue jay is a mimicker.
Okay.
It's a jokester. It's
That makes sense. That makes a lot of
and
sense, actually.
Not just in a spiritual level, but
Okay.
actually for real.
Yeah.
They can actually mimic just about any other bird call out there,
Wow.
Apart from crows,
apart from themselves. Ponder that.
Really?
No.
don't crows have the most extreme?
Yeah, they don't typically. I haven't heard a blue jay mimic a crow. They typically do birds of prey.
Gotcha.
Oh, so I don't have wasp
So
brain.
to scare off someone that might be hunting them.
Possibly, the behavioral reason why they do that,
Yeah.
could be for a number of reasons.
Right,
but
right.
they're known as mimickers,
Gotcha.
jokesters. But what did Rocio tell you?
So she
Yeah.
told me that the Blue Jays. Oh my God, I think I had too much mezcal. The hell did she tell me? Well, let me just preface this by saying this. So last year specifically,
What's up, Phil?
I saw
Paul's
the Blue
on, too.
Jays a lot, and then it was really close to me, and then I found a Blue Jay feather, and I kept it for a really long time on my car until it became frayed and fell apart.
Yeah.
But she said the Blue Jays meant, was it communication? I think it was
communication.
Communication.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And you know, has to do with personality and stepping out. I'll be honest, I've had too much mezcal.
She kind of pegged your personality,
and what I do.
and what you do.
Right. Yeah. It's basically, she basically told me I host a podcast called The Hangover Takeover every Monday, Thursday night. And you're gonna
I'm there
do
at
that.
9:30.
Yeah, exactly. She fucking pegged it.
Pretty much.
And it just made perfect sense. And you know, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm big on synchronicity. I mean, I've been having more and more in the past like 3 weeks. Like synchronicity has just been like pounding me. Like
That's awesome.
I
A little
went-
scary.
A little bit.
I'm sure.
At one moment, just the other day, I went to stop. I was going to stop by my barber shop to schedule a haircut for the party for next week, and I had been, you know, delaying. And I was like, I just happened to be driving this way because there was construction over here, and I was like, oh, the shop is right here. Let me do that. All right. Park the car, get out, I'm starting to walk to the shop, and he's like, yo, and he's in the car right there. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? So I'm talking to him, catching up, and set the appointment, whatever. I get back in my car. He pulls off first, and the car in front of them is my mom and my sister. and as I'm pulling off, they're walking towards the car.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it just keeps pouring on.
Yeah.
Cacao.
Yeah, cacao.
Cacao. You just got cacaoed.
I just got cacao.
That's you know, and that's part of it. Like a lot of people, again, right, the spirituality part of it is just being aware of those
Yeah.
those
Not being
signs,
freaked out by
those
it.
things that you see that are unusual. You know, I mean, one of the best hunting experiences I ever had was I was out hunting turkey, and I was calling turkeys in, and all of a sudden a very large coyote came into my call. And I'm sitting at the base of a tree, and the coyote walks up to me, and literally within millimeters of my nose,
Gives you a little sniff.
stands there, gives me a sniff. I blink my eyes,
And he takes off.
and he walks away.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
a lot of people would be like,
He didn't brush his teeth that morning.
Did you shoot the fucking coyote?
Right, did you get his
Did
head?
you fucking shoot him? Did
Right.
No,
you
I
know,
made out with him.
Right.
No, man, I chose to look at it as a really amazing experience. It would have eaten me. No, wouldn't have eaten me.
Right.
So you know, it's how you look at experiences that happen throughout the day and what they mean to you, and they do have meanings.
Right.
You know,
Totally.
It's cool.
Totally.
like the llama,
Like the what?
the llama,
The llama?
Dalai Lama.
So we got that going for us.
So we got, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah. No,
No.
Caddyshack.
Oh no, you
it's-
TV.
It's too early American TV.
it is.
You TV people.
Way too early for me.
Yeah, no.
When did you
Caddyshack.
start watching American TV, if at all?
When I broke my leg. And I had no choice.
Okay.
My wife tried in sort of encouraging to me watch Saturday Night Live. Oh, I can't stand it, mate. And even you, we lived together for years. You were obsessed with Saturday Night Live.
Well, to be honest,
But you grew up with this.
yeah, and Saturday Night Live is great. Maybe 40% of it.
Yeah. It's
You know,
never awesome all the time.
It is not 70s, 80s
Right.
Saturday Night Live.
But when it hits,
It's good.
fucking
It
hits.
fucking hits.
Especially when something important is happening in
Right.
society or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, they're just really good at it. And yeah. And the thing is, it's the only live television.
Right.
That, I mean, that's the biggest thing about it is that it's
It's live.
fucking
It's
live.
really
I love when they ad-lib. That's brilliant.
yeah, it's
and then
great.
say each other off and they crack it out.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right. That part is cool.
Who's the tall, skinny guy who was in a few movies? Don't know.
Will Ferrell?
No,
Okay. I don't know.
don't know.
You've lost it.
It's all good.
It's okay.
It's all good. There you go. Cool.
All right. So, yeah, cool experience. You did this, so we have to do it, and we have time for this, right?
Plenty of time. Ton of time.
We got plenty of time.
WTF?
WTF? We need
What
like a
the food?
What the food? All right, so this week you were on deck. For
Last
doing
week was you, and
Yes.
what we ended up drinking the womb of a sturgeon.
no,
didn't
you
we?
didn't drink.
We ate the womb of a sturgeon.
Well, you ate a rosac. You've had
Same
fish,
gig?
You've had fish eggs before.
Same gig, right?
Yeah. Well, it kind of
The womb of a sturgeon.
that just sounds a little painful
It is what it is.
and a little gross.
All right, gentlemen, I have to break the seal. I'll be right back.
Yeah, break away.
Break away.
Yeah. It rosacs. I like that.
Rosacs.
Rosacs. You know, that was
interesting.
It was an Italian salted rosac used for lots of Italian dishes. You add it like you would add almost like an anchovy or to
Parmesan.
like Parmesan. Exactly. Right.
It's a little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. A lot of Spanish tapas dishes. There's a Spanish version of it. So you take off small little pieces of this preserved, typically white fish, roe, that kind of thing.
Right.
So that was last week. This week,
I was going to go hardcore, but I thought,
I felt like you were going to go hardcore.
and I'm going to at some point,
Okay.
but it's going to take a little bit of work.
Okay.
So this week I went a little less hardcore,
Okay.
and which actually turned out to be a challenge also to find the ingredients I am.
Okay.
And,
You have some good, what's the word I'm looking for?
Explanations without giving too much away.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
want to read that?
Sure.
All right.
So this is a traditional French dish,
I got it. No, I don't.
but it's also a worldwide comfort food,
I got it.
which you get in this country and all over the place,
Pudding.
like chocolate pudding.
Yeah. No.
Not so much. You find it in most countries.
Okay.
It's typically served with a simple salad and a good British pub chip,
Okay.
also known as French fry.
French fry. It's pretty fucking vague.
Yes,
Okay.
that's all I can give you.
All right. Do I get like 3 guesses?
You can have as many as you want.
All right. So, traditional French dish. It can be found in many countries. Is it
What I created tonight is the French version of what everyone gets throughout the world.
Okay.
It's the French twist of it.
Is it a pie kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
Yes. Well done. Because it's right in front of me, you can see some.
Actually, no. I can't. I
you
couldn't
can
see
see
it at
that
all.
too.
Actually, now I see it.
There you go.
Maybe it was like, yeah. You love quiche.
I do.
You're a quiche freak.
I do.
You are a quiche. You have quiche in your.
In my blood. I also have chicken, so it makes it much easier.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Where-
So, Gypsy, we have a few giveaways. It's a. Are you going for P2? When am I
Oh
going to go
my
for a
God.
P?
Because I have to go. But explain. It'll take 2 seconds.
Okay. So it's this is a French dish that I came up with,
Okay.
and most countries serve it as a comfort food.
Yes.
Can be for breakfast or brunch, or I do it for dinner.
Okay.
Typically served in England with a salad or like a French fry, a good British
Something light.
something like that.
Yeah.
Matt's already guessed that it's like pie and quiche.
Little quiche.
Quiche.
I like that. Okay, I like quiche. It took me a while to realize egg pie
That's good, as.
with a little bit of
Yeah.
spinach. It's good.
Yeah. This is no spinach.
Yeah.
This is close to a quiche Lorraine, which is bacon and onions and your eggs and your cheese and
Oh.
stuff like that,
I'm
with a
hungry.
little French twist. So that's the what the. So that's what we've got going. We've got.
All right.
I threw a little video together.
Oh, we're doing a video now?
You might want to wait for Matt to watch it.
Ah,
But,
okay. He's breaking the seal right now.
I could get
so-
you a comfort drink. You
I
need a
would
comfort
love
drink?
one. I would love
I'm
one.
on comfort drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that was quick. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's because Matt has the bladder of a 2-year-old.
I'm a 3-year-old.
Okay.
I'll see it out.
Yeah. You should have seen me in the classroom. I had to have
you
a
must have
I'd have a
horrible.
classroom right by the bathroom.
You had to like specially order that?
Yeah. I'd like tell my kids like, okay, continue doing what you're doing.
Oh, this looks good.
All right, so Rich,
Oh, this looks really good. Looks like mac and cheese.
yeah, those that don't know Rich,
He made this?
who is
Of course I make this.
What?
Rich is an excellent cook,
But I'm really boring and limited to what I do.
and
But when I do it well.
you do it very well.
I'm not that experimental.
No,
I have my few dishes, but
Yep.
they're fucking good.
and you eat like a bitchy little princess.
I save my calories for others.
You're like a classic cook, chef, man. That's good. Yeah, a little odd, a little weird, but phenomenal.
Dig on in.
All right, so are these your eggs from not you, but from your chickens?
For my ladies.
Okay, and what's special about this?
I'm not going to tell you until you've eaten it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did you go in?
No, yeah, I will.
I'm gonna have a little mezcal with this. All right.
Why are you gonna ruin it? That's good.
Not bad, right?
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
This is really good if it was warm.
I know. You don't have a microwave. Do you have a
but-
microwave?
No.
Oh, that'd do it.
I'm kind of, when it comes to quiche, I'm kind of indifferent.
I'm with you. I can do a hot or
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, it's fine.
Right.
It's delicious. I would eat 5 of these right now. But warm, fresh out the oven for breakfast or whatever, dinner.
Game on.
Oh,
There you go. All right. So while you're enjoying, throw the video on.
Oh God. Oh no, you didn't fucking do this. No, you didn't. No. No.
no.
No. No, you did not. No.
Whoa, you put worms in this?
Yeah, earthworms.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, you actually did?
It's a French dish, and they use earthworms.
I hate you, Rich.
I know.
You know, you're no longer my favorite.
You fucking bastard.
It was so. It was a little nerve-wracking.
No, you didn't. These are not. How many earthworms are in here?
Just your feet on top. I couldn't find any big, juicy ones, and I called around a few places.
See,
like,
when Matt did it, it was a joke.
not really.
It wasn't real cockroach milk.
No, but it was real womb of a sturgeon.
It's fish eggs. These are. Oh, those are real worms.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. Yep. Those are worms.
Yeah, but I had to boil them twice, and then I roasted them, and I think you're good. We'll find out next week. don't taste too bad, is it?
I quit.
Oh my God.
It's better than the other options.
Yeah, man. I don't. I told you I don't do insects.
You did now.
You know.
Are worms insects? Technically?
I don't know. And I was looking for the
It's.
what'd you
It's
do?
really good,
I know.
but I'm a little sick.
That's all right. What'd you do with the lobster? You look for the spinal cord. When you put them out, shove a knife through them.
They don't have a. They don't have a central.
Not easy on it.
No, they don't have a. Lobsters don't have a central nervous system, so there's a.
Not bad.
So,
It reminds me of that
are
book-
you sure that this is like worms, or was this like
Earthworms.
yeah,
You're talking about from your backyard?
Yeah, in my composter. No, right.
how many worms?
I did about 20.
Oh,
Not bad though, right?
no, it's good.
There you go.
I just would. I'm not.
The French do it all the time.
I need peer-reviewed, factual evidence.
I boiled them twice and then I roasted them. Apparently, the boiling gets the pus out of them.
Right, dude.
Oh, all right, we're done. We're done. We are so done. So fucking done.
That tastes good.
It was really good. I'm glad you didn't put more worms in there.
No, just a few on top.
Because now I'm trying to replay what it looked like when I... Actually, you know what? I took a picture of it on my phone. Now I'm going to look at it in disgust.
Right, that is.
It's just those little ones on top there.
Oh.
Dude, you just won. What the food?
Game
Yes,
on.
you did.
You won.
Game on.
You won that one. That was
Do you guys remember that there was a children's book
Oh, I'm a little nauseous.
about
You're fine.
these two kids or whatever, friends, and the one kid bet the other kid that he couldn't eat worms or whatever,
I used to eat worms all the time when I was a kid.
and he did it, and then he loved it, and then he ate them all the time in the book.
Oh dear, that's a little too much.
All the time.
I used to suck them and then
So-
take them out.
Oh!
When I was a kid, my mum used to tell me all the time.
So I got like a smoky there's bacon in there too, right? That
Yeah.
wasn't smoky.
No,
Worms,
literally, your worms are just on top. What?
And wait, how did you prepare the worms?
I boil them twice.
Okay.
The recipes say boil them 3 times, but I thought twice was enough. And then you roast them.
So he says.
And then you roast them.
Okay.
And then you add them to your quiche Lorraine.
Were these big juicy worms?
No, I couldn't find big juicy worms. These are small little guys. So they're fine.
All right, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
What the,
Yeah.
what the F?
Fuck.
What the food?
What the food?
Oh my god.
That was a good one.
Thanks,
That
mate.
was. That was.
Thanks.
I wish we had a ding 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 ding.
Yeah. What?
Do we have a ding 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 ding? And the winner to this week's What the Food goes to Rich Marshall.
I'm the only one who did it.
Yeah. Did you?
Can't lose.
Did you? And you ate them as well. Did Chrissy eat them?
No. She thought it was awesome, man.
You're good.
She wanted me to. Like, yeah.
And the winner goes to Rich.
Oppa.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So, you're next week, mate.
Yeah, you just upped the game.
I did.
Yeah.
I may have to join in.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
I'm trying to figure something out.
All right.
And
so-
I've got the beer for next time.
Oh, you got the beer?
Yep.
Is it worm beer?
It's the pus
It's the-
from the beer.
It's
from the
not.
worm.
It's not.
It's the Pilsner.
It's
the
not
Pilsner.
Pilsner. It's not warm beer. It's worm beer.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's almost as good as the sturgeon.
Sturgeon. that was my mic drop moment.
Oh, I haven't got to that yet.
Yeah.
We've been watching through old podcasts, pulling out some quality
Yeah,
bits.
yeah.
There's some good ones. man.
There's some good bits.
All right.
When I invented the American.
Yeah.
That was a class one. The Brits invented the American.
Yeah. You guys should do that.
What's that?
You've done enough episodes. There should be a best of.
Yeah. We just
Gypsy
gotta
and
find
Juju.
the time to go through. I mean, we make highlights for the show and post it on Instagram,
Right.
but I mean, to make like an entire folder just of them. We have them marked. We have them in an Excel file. Timestamps. We just need to
go.
find the time to edit.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's time consuming.
Yeah.
It can be.
I can't believe I've never heard of that. I can't believe you fucking duped me on that.
He got you good. He got us both good.
What's it called? It's called the
Can you?
Avec de Terra.
All right, we got to post something on
Okay.
the recipe.
I've got a nice recipe.
Avec Terra, so earthworm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post. If anybody is like, ooh,
I want to make that.
it was actually really good.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
delicious.
I'm just not going to do it because
See,
I
no.
don't need to. But if anybody's interested and wants to recreate earthworm quiche made with real earthworms,
Go for it.
reach out to Rich. Reach out to us.
I've got a nice compost store.
Yeah. He's got a great compost pile. At least he didn't pull them out of the septic fields.
Oh.
So that's good.
I was going to get night crawlers from the local deli.
I'm glad you didn't.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah.
Mine's got spiders in it.
We'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens.
Is he puking up here?
He might be doing a bit of both.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Gypsy has walked away.
Has left the
We're
building.
not sure.
What else you got?
So we're gonna be back 2 weeks.
Yeah, Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. We're typically doing. We might switch our times to 5:30.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We've got some kind of cool stuff on food trucks with our
Yeah.
next. We'll do that with our next episode. We've got some food truck dreams and some ideas and how to build them. And
if anyone else has, send them in to us.
yeah,
We'd like to check them out.
yeah. If
too.
anybody has any ideas for
Food truck wannabes.
food truck loves interesting themes.
Yeah.
We're looking for some interesting themes. We'll bring them up. If you send it to us, we'll
Research and discuss them.
Yeah, and we'll give you full cred for that.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And
Until
here he
then,
comes. Until then, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna be because I think a few of us have to make our way to the toilet. Because I'm pretty cool, like right here.
All right.
I'm cool here, but
Yeah.
not so much
Down
here.
below.
down there.
Not so
All right.
much here.
you'll be fine.
I know. I'll be
Suck
fine.
it up.
I'm a.
All right. Check us out. Facebook,
Instagram, message us if you need anything.
and see you soon.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Gypsy,
Yeah.
we love you.
Love you back.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
You.
Yeah.
Much
Yay.
appreciated. Thank you. See you guys on Saturday.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
This is Rogues on the Road with Matt Froman and Rich Marshall, where we talk food, travel, craft beverages, and everything in between.